Welcome to Inside Podcast with Watch Times. Today, we are discussing a topic that affects every Nigerian, whether rich or poor, whether you live in Lagos, Kano, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, or any other part of the country. Our topic is ordinary theft versus political theft in Nigeria. What is the difference? When we hear the word thief, many of us immediately imagine someone who steals a phone in a bus, a pickpocket in a crowded market, an armed robber, or someone caught breaking into a shop at night. Society condemns these acts immediately. The offender is chased, beaten, arrested, and publicly disgraced. But there is another kind of theft that rarely happens in darkness. It often happens in broad daylight. It may involve contracts, budgets, inflated projects, ghost workers, procurement fraud, and illegal diversion of public funds. Bribery, or not just one person, they can be millions of citizens. Today's discussion is not about attacking any political party or individual. It is about understanding the difference between stealing from one person and stealing from an entire nation. What is ordinary theft? Ordinary theft is one of the oldest crimes known to humanity. It simply means taking another person's property without permission and then with the intention of permanently depriving the owner of it. Imagine a young man steals a motorcycle worth $2 million. The owner may lose his means of livelihood. A market woman loses her handbag containing 300,000 naira. A phone snatcher takes away a student's only smartphone. The damage is painful. The victims suffer directly. The police investigate. The suspect is arrested if caught. The courts may convict the offender. Society generally agrees that ordinary theft is wrong because the victim is obvious, the stolen property is identifiable, and the consequences are immediate. It is often used in public discussions to describe situations where public resources are allegedly diverted, misused, or lost through corruption. Abuse of office, procurement fraud, bribery, embezzlement, contract inflation, or other forms of financial misconduct by public officials or those connected to government. Unlike ordinary theft, the money involved belongs to the public. It comes from taxes, oil revenue, duties, government borrowing, and other national income. When these resources are misused or stolen, misappropriated, every Nigerian may bear part of the cost. The impact is often widespread and long-lasting. One victim versus millions of victims. Suppose a thief steals £200,000 from a trader. The trader suffers. His family suffers. The financial loss is real. Young people lose employment opportunities because planned projects never materialize. This illustrates why many Nigerians view corruption involving public resources as doom, especially when the damaging effects extending far beyond one individual. Why do people see them differently? An ordinary thief usually steals to benefit himself or a small group. The amount may be relatively limited. Ordinary theft, the victims are immediately known, but political corruption, however, can be more complex. It may involve multiple actors, complicated financial transactions,
shell companies, inflated contracts, or weak oversight. Investigations can take years. Court cases may also take years before reaching a conclusion.
Because of this complexity, citizens sometimes feel that accountability is slower and more difficult than in cases of ordinary theft.
That perception has become part of public debate in Nigeria.
The real cost to the society. The effects of corruption are not measured only in naira. They can also be measured in missed opportunities. A community without clean water. A hospital without equipment. A road that remains dangerous. Young graduates who cannot find jobs because economic growth is weaker than it could be. Businesses discouraged by poor infrastructure. Citizens losing confidence in public institutions. These costs accumulate over many years and may affect generations. When these resources are misused, stolen, or misappropriated, every Nigerian may bear part of the cost.
Children may attend schools without enough teachers or learning materials. Hospitals may lack medicines and equipment.
Roads may remain unfinished despite large budget allocations. Communities may wait years for electricity, clean water. Now imagine that funds meant for building public schools, hospitals, roads, or water projects are illegally diverted. The consequences may affect an entire local government, the state, or even the whole country. Students continue learning under unsafe conditions.
Patients may travel long distances for medical care. Businesses face higher transport costs because roads remain poor.
Whether it is ordinary theft or corruption involving public office, both are harmful and unlawful. But the scale of harm can differ significantly. Ordinary theft often hurts individuals and families. Misuse of public resources can harm entire communities and undermine development. A society that consistently enforces the law, strengthens institutions, promotes transparency, and holds everyone accountable regardless of status is better positioned to reduce both forms of wrongdoing. The conversation should therefore move beyond outrage and focus on building systems that prevent abuse, encourage integrity, and ensure that public resources are used for the benefit of all Nigerians. Ordinary theft chooses when to steal or whom to steal from, but what hurts the public most about political theft is that the public chooses them to steal by voting or endorsing their appointment. It is time for us to choose wisely. Vote for competence, integrity, and accountability. This is Insight Podcast with Watch Times. If you found this discussion valuable, follow us, share it, subscribe, and join us for another evidence-based conversation about issues shaping Nigeria's today and its future, on corruption by people whom voted to represent us.